Ciryl Gane is one of my favourite fighters to watch in the UFC. He probably is my favourite heavyweight, either him or Tom Aspinall. And I've liked Ciryl Gane for a while now. Arguably one of the best strikers in the UFC. And it's just such a shame to see that he's become the biggest duck in the UFC because he keeps on ducking absolutely everybody. Now, for those who want cluing in on this whole thing, what's going on with Ciryl Gane, let me clue you in. So obviously he's lost two title fights to John Jones and Francis Ngannou, and after that he beat Spivak. Everyone was criticising Ciryl Gane for his grappling. He lost to Ngannou, who's a striker, and was able to out-grapple Ciryl Gane and get the decision win against him, even though a lot of people do believe that Gane won that fight. Regardless, Ngannou got the victory, and then a year later he got the fight against John Jones, and oh god, it was embarrassing. It's probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life, and it lasted about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Ciryl Gane, the striker, didn't want to throw anything, and when he did throw, he knew he threw the wrong thing. Apparently him and his team just kept on drilling in feints or throwing jabs a lot, and he just threw a naked right hand, which John Jones slipped and was able to take Ciryl Gane down and submit him with a lot of ease. After that, Ciryl Gane went on to fight Sergey Spivak, I think in France again around September time. Was able to make it look easy, showed a bit of improvement with his grappling, but he was offered other opponents. When Tom Aspinall was lurking around, he wanted, after he beat Marcin Tybura in London last year, he called out Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane declined this fight, even though it made a lot of sense. He declined the fight against Tom Aspinall, and it was a bit annoying, to be honest with you. I made excuses in my head because I'm a big Ciryl Gane fan. I was like, oh well, we can just, when Tom Aspinall wins the title, we can have this big fight between Gane and Tom Aspinall. But really, Gane just ducked him. Why didn't he fight Tom Aspinall? That made no sense whatsoever. That if you beat Tom Aspinall, that would have been a big name for you to get back into the rankings. But then after this, he fought Spivak. Spivak, everyone knows, he was on a bit of a run, but everyone knows Spivak just isn't that great. He beat Spivak as expected, I'd say. And then ever since that, he's been linked with a fight against Curtis Blades. Turned it down. He's been linked with a fight against Pavlovich, turned it down, and that's why we've got Pavlovich versus Volkov. And in fact, Volkov's coach actually came out and he spilled the beans on what had gone on. Volkov was meant to fight Jailton Almeida, and Pavlovich was meant to fight Ciryl Gane, and now it looks like Jailton Almeida might be fighting Ciryl Gane and Volkov's fighting Pavlovich. Like, it's quite a weird one to me, but I don't know why Ciryl Gane's turned down the opportunity to fight Pavlovich. Like, wouldn't you? I don't get it. Why are you refusing to fight these fighters? You're in no position to refuse to fight anyone when you've lost 2 title shots. You've got to make your way back into it. You can't just get a win over Spivak and think you earn a title fight. And that, I'm a bit scared of that being the case. The UFC not wanting to do a rematch between Curtis Blades and Tom Aspinall and thinking, oh, well, Ciryl Gane's a bit more of an entertaining fighter than Curtis Blades, so let's just do Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. And I hope that's not the case. I love Ciryl Gane, but please do not do that, the UFC, because Ciryl Gane does not deserve a fucking title shot, especially after his performance against John Jones and then only getting a win against Sergey Spivak of all fighters. He doesn't deserve a crack at that title shot against Tom Aspinall. Even if it is an interim title shot, he still doesn't deserve it. I don't want to see Ciryl Gane in that title picture for a while. I want to see him earn his way back into it. I think a win over Jailton Almeida would be a very good one. Jailton Almeida, although he got finished by Curtis Blades, he was doing really well against Blades in the first round, and then he just got caught coming in. Like, I can't remember how it was. Was it the uppercut what landed, or was it the shots to the head as he entered for a takedown? I can't exactly remember what it was, but he was doing really well against Curtis Blades for the most of the fight, and I still think Almeida would beat Ciryl Gane. I would still root for Ciryl Gane, but it's just really frustrating at the moment, considering when you back a fighter like this, and he's being the way he is, and I don't really get it. I feel like a lot of people were part of the Ciryl Gane hype train, And now no one's really on it, and I get that's going to happen when you have a few losses. I feel like there's still a lot of people on the hype train after he lost to Francis Ngannou, considering there was an argument to be made that Ciryl Gane won that fight. He obviously had that fun fight against Tai Tuivasa where he actually got dropped by Tuivasa, which probably hasn't aged well considering Tuivasa just keeps on losing now. And then he just put in that stinky performance against John Jones, which I just want to wipe from me from my mind, really. I don't want to think about that fight at all. It's such a stinky fight. As a person who absolutely hates John Jones as well, that probably plays a reason to why. And again, a win over Spivak, just like, okay, Tom Aspinall did it better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You need to fight Almeida. You need to, when they're offering Ciryl Gane these fights, he needs to accept them. Like I said, he's in no position to be declining these fights. Stop it. It's so annoying. It's so annoying when you try and back him, but I can't back him on this. It's as simple as that. I can't back the duck on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to see, if Ciryl Gane, let's say he wins these fights, yeah, who he gets matched up, I want him to fight Almeida. Say he gets through Almeida, cool. I want him to fight Pavlovich or Curtis Blades. Give him another, just keep chucking him to the Wolves. He's in the top 5 of the heavyweight division. He needs to be chucked in against the Wolves. But he seems to be complacent on it and not wanting to fight. And now he's kind of got into a pattern where he fights, maybe once a year? I don't know, man. It's just disappointing being a Ciryl Gane fan at the moment. But yeah, that's my rant done about Ciryl Gane. Again, didn't want to have to do this video because I said numerous times Ciryl Gane's one of my favourite fighters. I love watching him fight. I remember when everyone was calling him the saviour of the heavyweight division because how good his footwork was and how clean his striking was and how well he picked his shots and just how fun it was to watch Ciryl Gane fight. That's my rant done with Ciryl Gane. But what do you guys think is going to be the challenger towards Tom Aspinall's interim title shot? Because he will be defending that bout in Manchester. Well, not in Manchester, in the UK card. Hopefully it's in Manchester. But it's more than likely going to be Tom Aspinall defending his bout, as well as Leon Edwards defending his bout. So Tom Aspinall probably be in the co-main. I'm interested to see what you guys think will be the opponent of Tom Aspinall. I think it will be Curtis Blades with the rematch. And you just never know with the UFC. I mean, they've just let Usyk fight Pantoja, you know what I mean, for the title shot in Brazil. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if they gave it to someone like Gane. But I really hope that isn't the case. And I just hope we get to see Tom Aspinall in the octagon soon, because I feel like they're wasting his prime right now, and that's not fair on Tom Aspinall. But if you have enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel as we talk about more MMA topics.